In this video, we're going to talk about how agentic AI is impacting media production with TwelveLabs. Real quick, you're watching BP Land. Special thanks to our sponsors, Blackmagic, View, and LucidLink for helping make our NAB coverage possible. And now, back to the video. All right, so Maninder, TwelveLabs. We talked with So Young last year, got the TwelveLabs overview, but for people who are not familiar, what is TwelveLabs?
TwelveLabs is a video foundation model provider. Most folks at this point are going to be familiar with the notion of large language models, or LLMs. We are to video data as LLMs are to language data. And that distinction of video is very important because video is a very data-dense format. You have audio information, which can include everything about like conversation, music, noises, or very importantly, the absence of noise as well. You have visual information, which is going to include objects, actions, people. And very importantly, you have spatial temporal relationships. This is kind of a fancy way of saying the relationship of objects over time and space, which is very core to video. If you think of any sort of cinematic content, any sort of sports content, you really need to understand the spatial and temporal movement that's happening. So that is what our model architecture is optimized for. Our data pipeline is optimized for. It's what makes our models most performant when you are trying to do what's called video understanding. So if you have any meaningful corpus of video data, you want to use TwelveLabs to help accelerate your workflows.
Yeah, and I feel like that's an important distinction because people might have heard that ChatGPT or other large language models were trained on video, but it's usually the transcript of the video, right? They were trained on the text of the video, whereas your models were trained on the visual elements, right?
That's
accurate to say?
I can't say that I have a detailed understanding of other folks' training methodologies, but what I can say is our training, our model architecture, and our data pipeline is all optimized for video. To give you a very specific example, when it comes to actual video understanding, we have benchmarks against this. Our models are the most performant. And then equally important is the fact that when you look at the scalability of these models, meaning I am a film studio with 100,000 hours of content, if you try to throw an LLM at that problem, it's extremely cost prohibitive. I do it all the time. People are like, oh, we're thinking about using this or that LLM. I really just open up that LLM's pricing page and go through the numbers like, oh, you have how many assets? What FPS is it? Okay, so if we run the math on it, it ends up being, we cannot do that. Whereas our models, because of the efficiency that we have when it comes to video data on the model architecture, they are actually feasible for folks like film studios, sports leagues, sports teams to deploy in production. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I mean, just looking around at the booth we have here, I mean, last year it was like, smaller presence. Here you have like a lot more use cases as well. So what are a lot of the use cases that you've been seeing with people using TwelveLabs models?
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited to publicly share some of the awesome logos that we've been working with. So this is NAB, so it's a very media entertainment oriented crowd. So the 4 sub-verticals in media and entertainment that we're emphasizing here are sports, streaming, news broadcast, and film studios. All of those businesses are very video-centric and have a lot of video-driven workflows. It could be everything from asset management, from the shots coming in from a production on a daily basis, dealing with the dailies. It could be content distribution for sports organizations that need to distribute to regional broadcasters, social teams, marketing teams. We're helping power news broadcasters in getting to first cut. And we're also helping streaming services doing better content recommendation and ad insertion in their existing video data. Some specific examples include the Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment Group. They own the Toronto Raptors, and we have some cool demos in our booth here that shows how the editors at the MLSC are able to get to first cut in minutes. Historically, the workflow was, hey, we have an idea around some sort of fan engagement piece. We have game state footage. We have off-the-court interview footage. They ask the media operations folks, hey, we need this stuff. They play ping pong back and forth. That could take days. Now, using our models, they can give a natural language search query, and they get to a first cut in minutes. And to be clear, the editors are still going to be doing the editorial part of the transitions and the audio and the blur effects and all that stuff. But it significantly reduces the burden on the editors and takes away a really annoying part of their job of doing the scrubbing and getting the shot list figured out. So now they can do a ton more content and a lot of content personalization, which is very exciting.
Even on a more content creator editing side, we covered there was the hackathon that you had last summer, which was involving different few use cases, but it was like either sorting through B-roll footage faster to create a first cut, or like going through highlight reels to create a first cut. What other kind of accelerant tools do you see like AI and TwelveLabs being able to help editorial or just other filmmaking processes outside of broadcast to help speed up tasks that might have traditionally taken longer.
Yeah, another really helpful example is around asset management. So say you have a bunch of content coming in and you might have that live somewhere in a asset management tool and you need to categorize it and make sense of it. Our models are able to produce the metadata per your taxonomy for that. And so you have asset level management that is significantly accelerated. So now you don't have someone sitting there literally watching the content and manually tagging, this happened, this happened, this happened. The model already knows it because our embeddings allow you to do that metadata generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, saving the time from reviewing the footage and you can just search for it.
Exactly, yeah.
And tell me about the new AWS Bedrock integration.
Yeah, so we're super excited about the announcement of Amazon Bedrock. The models are going to be coming to Bedrock, which means if you're an AWS customer, it's going to be very easy for you to deploy our Marengo model or our Pegasus model. This is great because we've been working closely with Amazon and AWS for a couple of years now, and this is continuing the partnership that we have with them. It makes deployability and scalability much easier. When it comes to the regulatory and compliance side, Bedrock takes care of that from our perspective, and for the customer, they don't have to worry too much about bespoke architecture setup or how they're going to scale it because Bedrock solves all those problems for them.
Mm-hmm. Year from now, what kind of even with the Amazon Bedrock application or just people using TwelveLabs, what predictions, where do you see things going in the future?
It's hard to predict predictions, so I won't try to prognosticate too much. But what we're very excited about when it comes to our product roadmap is the notion of video agents. So those in the AI space may have been talking about and hearing about agentic workflows.
Yep.
So this is basically the idea that you take a model and instead of being able to do things like a search and retrieval or metadata generation, you're starting to execute actual tasks that might be traditionally done manually or with point solutions. So some of the stuff that we're talking about with the Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, that's essentially a video agent at work. You're taking a shot list, you're stitching together and getting to a first cut. So we're excited for the proliferation of video agents and agentic workflows in the media entertainment space, which will be a huge lift for a lot of folks that are in editorial, production assistants, etc.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for the update.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And that is it for this video. Thanks again to our sponsors for helping make our NAB coverage possible. And for more of our NAB videos, be sure to check out the playlist right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.